Hey everybody, this is Dr. JC Doornick. I'm a certified health coach with Take Shape for Life. It's my honor and privilege to be with you today and share a little bit of something that I hope provides value for you and your journey and success in the health games. So what I want to talk about today is this power behind what we're doing, this thing we call motivation. Just to use a quick example, if you're in the health games and your goal is to lose weight, for instance, the value that you've placed on the actual act of weight loss and what it will do to your life is going to be a lot of the creative process behind what motivates you, because you're going to be focused on your goal and the value. So if you have a high motivation, it means high value. So what I want to talk about is this process that I talk about a lot called the evolution of motivation. And simply put, what it means is in the beginning, we all have a starting point. And that's fine. Any place of, any starting point is going to be great. It's a place where you start, and, starting is better than not starting. But very often what we'll notice is that the urgency that we place in our motivating factors to reach a goal sometimes will decrease as we approach that goal. So for example, if your goal is to say lose 20 pounds, after you even lose 5, 10 pounds, the urgency, which was the driving force for the motivation, starts to decrease. The urgency goes down, the motivation goes down. And if you don't evolve and create a new motivation and a new goal, a new picture further down the road, very often that'll be the thing that helps or causes us to turn around and basically get off track. And I think we all know what that means. Some people talk about the importance of setting a goal further than your perceived goal. And what I want to talk about is this idea of evolving with our motivations, because if we don't do this and we don't harness this, very often we're gonna fall short. And I think that you'll resonate with this. So the first thing that typically motivates us, and it's probably the starting point for most of you that have joined the Health Challenge, and it's the first of 3 types of motivation, is to get away from a negative. Typically, I would say 90+% of us decide to go after a goal and get motivated to get away from a bad situation. In the realm of weight loss, you want to get away from how you feel when you look in the mirror, or when you step on the scale, or you're on the beach, or your fatigue and self-esteem and all those things. These are things that nobody likes, so your motivation is to get away from that. And that's typically a starting point. And the challenge with that is that that's only really going to help you as a big motivational factor while you're in crisis mode. Because as soon as your brain and your body starts to receive positive feedback, especially if you're on the Take Shape for Life program, the crisis is over, and now that's not as strong of a motivating factor. So the evolution would be to move from that first level of motivation, which in our program, that's why our program is so wonderful, and the challenge is because you're always being challenged to think about what you want, what its value is, and that's where you create your motivation. So after you get out of that crisis mode, sometimes we recognize the importance of evolving to the next type of motivating factor, which is to move towards a positive. So we're no longer trying to lose weight, right? And that's the diet mindset and the weight loss mindset, which is okay. It's a good starting point. It's where I started. But now we shift to something like creating health, right? Or we start to see the value in what will change in our life because of the weight loss, and we start to look at a new goal of getting healthier, maybe walking more, living longer, being happier, sleeping better. So that's why it's so important to learn the habits of health, because they also start to help us see something down the road and create a new motivating factor. So for me, in the beginning, I wanted to not be heavy. I wanted to lose weight because I hated the way I felt. But then once I started losing weight, through the teachings of Dr. Ray's Habits of Health and Discover Your Optimal Health and my health coach, I started to see something else. I started to say, hey, wait a second, maybe I can get healthy. Maybe I can get in shape. Maybe I can exercise more. Maybe I can play with my kids more. And I created a new goal, and then boom, the motivating factor was just as strong, maybe even stronger. And that's why I continued with my weight loss process, but kept going. That motivating factor actually took me even past weight loss. But the third type of motivation is the most powerful, and it's called inspiration. Now, once you become inspired, it's when you reach this place where your goal, let's say your goal is, it's no longer to lose weight, it's but to create health, optimal health. There's so many things involved in that. And it's not just things that are for you, it's also how you're going to impact the lives of people that matter. As a health coach, creating optimal health for me means that I'm helping other people get healthy. That's putting me in a very, very inspired place, because now it's bigger than me. I used to say that I'm 100% committed to this, but now I say I'm 110% committed because it's bigger than me. When I start to look at how getting healthy affects my children, and who love me, and they're the most important thing in the world. It's bigger than me, and that inspires me. And when I see all of you in the health challenge, and my clients and all these amazing people that are out there going through these different phases and improving their life, it inspires me to be better. And once you reach that third level of motivation, which many people that are paying it forward and helping others get healthy understand, oh boy, that's a powerful place to be. And in my experience and in my opinion, that's the place that will bring you to that area where you're not going to go back, because it's so big. In fact, it's bigger than you. So that's what I call the evolution of motivation. I hope that was helpful for you. I hope it made you think a little bit about where you're at in your journey, and also helped you kind of resonate with how maybe you've fallen short in the past and what you need to do now. So welcome to the Health Games again, and it's my pleasure to be here with you. It's Dr. J.C. Doornick, and I hope this was helpful for you. Have a good day.